There we go. Hello, this is Mrs. Green Thumb, and welcome to my live stream. And I'm here just to do some updates on the bulbs because soon it'll be done. They're starting to turn yellow, and I've learned a lot through these live streams of showing you every time I come on what's going on with the bulbs and my plants. And because I'm going away, I can't get into too many more experiments and stuff, but I will be, trust me. And these are kind of turning yellow, but you can see that there's the flowers dying off. These look a little rough. So I know that the bulb got a little too wet. That's what it tells me. And this one's still good. I think this is Jessica's. This is still going okay right here. That looks good. But what I have to do once I get to this point is I'm going to bring you down. And by the way, just before I bring you down, I just want to say thank you for all coming. My next live stream will be on Thursday at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. And here's the bulb down that I want to show you right here. This is what I did. I actually cut the bulbs off. And I noticed interesting things on here, but this one looks like it might be okay. I have to dry it out really good, and then it's going to be planted in the garden. So I clipped it, and actually I might do one of these right in front of you what I want to do. And so here you can see it's molding, so was not a good sign. That means some of the bulb got wet. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You have to be careful. Just the roots get wet, not the main bulb, or it's going to rot. And I'm going to dry these. I'll still put this one in the ground, and we'll see if it's still going to be okay. I'm not sure. This is an experiment still with the bulbs. And I'm actually going to take this one out because it's dead anyways. It's full bloom. So we're going to take this one. And it looks like this one here was Jessica's, which looks amazing. MT's, I don't know, it's one of these, and it looks like it's about to bloom. This one's about to bloom, MT's and Jessica's. And the other two, well, the one is having a really rough time. I don't know if that's Timmy's or what, but this one's bad. But right now I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut this down and get it drying. Thank you. Thanks for the thumbs up. I don't know who's out. Oh, 3 thumbs up. Yay. Can I get 10? I should do like one of those auctions. Can I hear 10? Can I hear 5? Can I 3? Okay, so I'm going to just cut it right above here with my scissors. I actually should have cleaned the scissors off, but I can live with this. Interesting looking inside of it too. And I'm going to trim this off too. Now, I have no idea what they're going to grow or not, but I'm looking. The inside looks okay on this one, but I just saw the inside of that. This part looks good. Hi. Hello, Angelica. Hello, welcome. Do you speak a little bit of English? Are you from, where are you from, Angelica? Hi, Kristen. How you doing, Kristen? Welcome back. So there is a little bit of touchiness on that one, but there you go. I'm going to get all these dried up. I'm going to leave these alone, and they should continue to bloom because this one's ready to bloom, and so is this one. Now, the other two I'm a little worried about. They don't look too good, but I notice I'm leaving them off. The root has to stay in the bulb. The way this is designed right now is not right because I'm putting the bulb in, not the root. So that could be a big thing. So the next one I do, I'm going to make sure that only the roots stay on the stones and the rest don't. So I'm going to let these all dry out. And they all will be dried out, and then I'll put them in my garden after that. So we're going to clean this up a little bit. Get this off so I can chat more and show you some other things. So welcome to my channel, my live streams. I'll eventually, as soon as I get my cameras ready, I'll do some more editing and try to get my videos up of this, but I have, actually I forgot to videotape this because I actually want to show that I'm going to cut them in the bulbs and dry them out and put them in the garden. So the sequel will continue on a video too. And I don't like how I have this. I like the pot, but tulips are too tall for this pot. If it was anything else that's a shorter plant, hyacinth, something like that, that might work. It's not working for this though. Definitely not. I need to come up with a better plan of how I can put bulbs in. And I've been looking for retainers that are square and forces the bulb to stay straight. I'm trying to find something like that. So I hope you guys are doing wonderful out there. And I got some other things to show, and I might repeat it because obviously I just started and it's only been 6 minutes. So I wanted to see, these are the plants growing. Now they didn't do very good. You can see they're drying out a little bit too. And that's my mixed foxglove. And that might be a plant. I'm not sure. There's one right here. Tiny, tiny. See, the seeds none of them came through. So it is what it is. I bought these seeds and I just bought them last year. And what happens is, hopefully, if this is one, I'll try to save it. And later on, I'll find out if it's a weed or not. But if it's one of the seeds, I'm going to try to save that and get it to big enough, and we'll see. Got to work on them. It's just a tiny little baby. And then I have these ones here that was a really good germination rate, but unfortunately, the gnats and stuff are eating it. You can see they're getting eaten. But I have still, hopefully I can get some of these. I might actually take them out of here and replant them because I only have 1, 2, 3, a few left. So I got my soil. You know what? I actually might do this one today because the reason is then if there is any gnats in here, I can start off fresh with a clean soil. So I actually got to get a cup. Unfortunately, I don't have that here because I wasn't planning on doing it, but I'm going to do it. Okay. All right. Let me get some stuff out of here. Okay, these are the cups I always use. They're just coffee cups. And I'm going to make a bunch of holes on the bottom of these because this is where I want the drainage once they get to this point where I put them in a big container. And I'm going to use 2 cups to put because there's not that many plants in here. So to see if they get bigger and then I can transplant them. What I want to do, I got this soil, plastic bags. I use this too. Put the cups in plastic bags, and that's what I do in the windowsill. All right. So let's get this in here. Technically, they're a little bit too small. I don't normally put them this small in here. I find them too small, but as long as I'm careful with the root system, they're going to be fine. There, we got that. Get a spoon. All right, this is perfect. Okay. See, look, that's the root system. It's not big, but there's the root system of it. And I'm going to put them in here and be very careful. I'm really gentle with them when they're tiny. Very gentle. And I don't pack it in too much because the root's got to expand. All right, let's see how many I'm going to put. I can put them, but I'm going to put them in 2 cups. But then what I can do is move them around. Once they get bigger or longer roots, I'll just pull them out and replant them again. Unacceptable, Cliff. All right, let's see. How many I got here? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I'm not going to lose any of these because I don't have any left. Much left. That doesn't look too good, but this one is. Yeah, I'm going to take this one here too. This one still looks good. Okay, got that moved over here. Another one here. Now, I don't like the dirt. Like, the dirt looks good, but I don't trust it. I think there's gnats in it. So I'm not keeping this dirt. I'm actually giving it fresh dirt so the plants have a better chance. And I'm going to throw that in the garbage, actually. Or throw it outside. Oh, hi, Lisa. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw this is going in the garbage, and I put clean stuff with this. When I find there's an issue with gnats, I get rid of the dirt. Unfortunately, it's a costly thing, but I won't keep it. This will get tossed in the garbage, or not in the garbage, in the ground, and it's fine because all the bugs will die outside. It's too cold out there, so it'll all die off, and then it's fine outside. Right, so I have that done. Put this over. Now, except that piece I don't like. Okay. So this is what I'm doing today. And I can also do this. I reuse these bags all the time. So what I'm going to do actually is what's the date today? Today is, anybody know the date? April what? April. What is the date today? I can look it up here. 5th, April 5th. Okay, April 5th, 2022. Hi, Sharon. How are you doing, honey? I don't normally transplant them this little, but because of the gnat thing, I see a gnat thing. I do. So I'm changing the soil, which will help them a lot if I do that. And we're just marking the dates on here, which I always do too. I always put the dates on everything, mostly on my plants, no matter whether I'm doing a video or not. I just like to know. I'm not going to remember when I transplanted these, so it's better just put a date and you can keep track of how old they are that way. Otherwise, you'll never remember. And this doesn't take up much space, is why I use plastic bags, because the plastic takes way less than big containers. And then I'm going to come across with I got my sprayer, but I'm going to actually water this. I want this to have more water. So I'm just going to water them up, as long as they don't float. They're going to go in shock a little bit, but there we go. There's a little teeny one too here. I don't want to forget the little one. Hi, Lincoln. How are you, honey? How you doing, Lincoln? All right, this is what I do. This is what I do. Now, I would do things differently. If I had a large amount of plants I was doing, I'd probably do it differently. But because I'm not doing a whole lot of plants, this is how I would do it all the time. And I wouldn't get rid of the dirt at all normally, but I don't like how that ate up all the plants. So, lukewarm water, best what I do with my plants. Doing great. Met with a guy helping me perfect my resume. Oh, cool. Good. That's good. I wish you luck if you got to get a new job, and maybe your new job you'll enjoy it better. That's good. I like warm rain. You like warm rain? Well, this is what I do, and I got the date, so we'll see how they do. They might not make it once I leave, but they'll be alive until I leave on vacation, and then after that, that's hard for my daughter because she's not a gardener, so I have no idea how that's going to work. I'm moving this out of my way. So you're seeing this. This is going back in my window. And this, I have one right there. I'm going to leave that alone right now. And I have this. This is crazy. And I'm going to water that more because you can see it's all drying out. So I'm going to, actually this time I'm going to pour it. I was spraying a bit. This is doing well. It should not be an issue. Its jobs are everywhere. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Nana, the water. No, I read you. I don't have to do lukewarm water. That's what you do. Nana, the water. The water is just, you know what the best water is, Lisa? Not lukewarm water, because lukewarm, you're putting hot water in it, and that has more chemicals than water, by the way. But what I do is, if the best way to do it is take water, let it sit for over 24 hours. All the chlorine and fluorine and all that will evaporate. So yeah, warm water when you use warm water, it has chemical bases in the pipes and all that. So I actually take cold water, let it sit to room temperature over 24 hours. I don't always do this, Lisa, but this is the best way if you want to do it right, is you take the water, cold water, let it sit for over 24 hours. The chlorine will disappear. It'll go out, and then that's the best water. That's, yeah, it'll still be fine, but you know, when you distill, because a distilled water is taking water, boiling it, so it takes everything out of the water. So distilled water has really nothing in it. If you think about it, it's a machine. They boil the water, and all the steam that comes out is all, everything's killed off when they do it. And so there's really nothing in distilled water. You're not really having anything. I know people use distilled water a lot in plants, but just think of how distilled is done. Hot water, steam, and then all the stuff's gone. Yeah, I did not know that about water. I need to get it's fine. Yeah, Sharon, it's fine, but you can I use tap water a lot. I'm not kidding you. I just pour the thing in my container and use tap water. But if you want to use the best water is to let it sit for 24 hours. I don't do it all the time. This bottle right here has been sitting for over 24 hours, but I don't always do it. Sometimes I just take the water like today and water my plants and give it direct water from a tap, cold water. That's what I do. And you can see my plants have no issue, right? What I'm showing you, I'm not killing any plant off because I use tap water. Thank you. Need a big vessel. Whatever. Just keep doing it. Don't look at, just do enough for your plants for the week. You don't have to need a big vessel. Just pour the container in, enough to water all your plants, let it sit. And then when you use all that water up, pour another one and do it again. You don't need tons and tons of I don't have that. Like I told you, this is my bottle right here where I have smaller bottles and I do it. I have many plants. Well, then you could use a bigger container at least. Tap water is not going to hurt it though. I'm just telling you, most plants, none of them have died for me taking water, pouring it directly from a tap and watering my plants. I mean, that hasn't killed it, but I'm just telling you, I know of the best plant, the water is to let it sit. It gets rid of all the bad chemicals, let's just say, that are put into water, chlorine and fluorine and all that. So this is an issue with me. You guys have an issue with gnats because gnats is a freaking big issue with me. I have stickers. I've tried tons of stuff. And that's what gnats do. Look this is what they do. They go after the root. I showed you. I ended up with 10 plants. This had originally germinated 29 plants. The lid was on so that the gnats could not get in it. Once they get into it, then there's like a worm, like a thing that they're a larva that forms, and it goes around and look, it eats the roots of your plants. So that I owe this to gnats, why I have hardly any plants, because they were all germinated. And oh, here's another one. Let's see. I might put that in there. It looks okay. That still has a little bit of a root. So I'm going to actually, it's barely living, but we're going to see if I can get it to survive. All right, we'll move that out, see if there's anything else in here. But this is all going to garbage. Like, I keep saying garbage, but I'm just throwing it out. I'll throw it out in the backyard. But look, you can see this one alive. Just going through the dirt. See, the roots are all gone. They eat the roots to survive. Gnats, they're really bad. Here's another one. I'll save this one too. This one looks okay. Yeah, that's got a nice root system. Put that over here. Put it in my container. I just want to keep bringing the container back and forth. So I'm going to leave it in my window. And I'm going to try to save as many as I can. There. Well, obviously, I'm not going to get as many as I hope to get, but it's all right. Let's see. See, there. Yeah, it's all eaten. All the top's eaten. I can't see the larva is really tiny. You need microscopic. You mean really strong to see the actual larva in here. But anyways, that is done. And I'm going to throw that out when I get off of here. This one looks okay, but these are too tiny. I don't want to transplant them. Yes, our exchange carbon dioxide and oxygen. Yeah, that's why I like them. I think mine are so big and green due to all the dog breath in here. Yeah, actually, you're right. It probably didn't hurt all the carbon monoxide versus oxygen in both. You know what? They were talking about a spider plant being really a good plant to do. I mean, one of the ones, I have tons of plants, but they were talking about spider plant is actually a good plant to have that it likes carbon dioxide and switching of oxygen. Plus, what I've known from this plant, it's actually really cool. You can put these plants in fairly, you don't need direct sunlight. None of my plants, the snake plants are in direct sunlight, but they like that they can almost live in half. If your room is not totally bright, they could probably survive in a non-totally bright place. Just like I noticed my peace lilies do that. I noticed philodendron does that. Philodendron's good. It almost grows in the dark, for crying out loud, that plant. I know you guys just came on, so I'm just saying this is what I had said I was going to do, that I waiting till they flower and then I clip them. I cut them down. I've already did that in front on the camera. But what I noticed was this, remember I kept saying, whatever you do with these bulbs, try to maintain just the root system in here. And I couldn't. It kept falling over. I was too rough with it. And I can see even a couple bulbs, the roots, the bulb is more in than the root. And this is what happens. Look, you got mold on it. So this one didn't even bloom. These two flowered. I don't believe this one did. And you can see there's already an issue with it because it's got mold on it. But I am drying these out, putting them in a garden, and then I'll come back and try to videotape or something to show if they're actually growing. But I won't see these till next year, right? Because once tulips have been up, they only come once a year. Then they die down, and then they'll come back next spring. So I don't know if I'm going to have luck if these will regrow in the ground, but that's what my plans are, to try and see if that works for them. So I could actually force them and then put them in the ground, and they can get more energy and come back. Cliff, are you still here? I was waiting for Cliff to be here. So Cliff, this is for you. I said I wasn't going to do this, and this was done the last time I came back and showed updates were, what was that, Sunday? So today's Tuesday. So you had 2 days ago, I did set Cliff's spaghetti squash in motion. And here's what they do. This is one of my first experiments with the plastic bag thing. So, and it is my seed, so I don't know if they'll germinate or not. And I'm going to probably spray it again because it's been 2 days. And let's check it. There's nothing here. I don't see. I like checking them though, but that's still damp. So it's nice, but I'm going to put some more water on it and then put it back in the bag. But you can see they're getting fatter too, the seeds. That's what happens. They'll start getting plump, and then they're starting to grow. So I'm going to just, I don't normally take them out. I just kind of like put them in the bag. So that's been 2 days. I didn't expect a miracle in 2 days, but maybe the next time I come back on Thursday, there might be a sign of this, because these things these spaghetti squash and all the squashes, they germinate really freaking fast this way. And we named one for a joke because Cliff wanted a name for one. So I said, okay, you can all first come here. You can all be named one of these plants once they start growing. I'll give you guys a name for it if you want. All in fun, just. So this is kind of what I do. And then next time, I don't always like do this. What I do is I go in here and I just give it a little squirt. That's as much as I do for that. Don't let that dry out. But if it dries out, it won't kill the seed. It just, you don't want it wet. Wet will cause mold. It won't grow at all. But to let it even dry out is better than actually full mold, like full damp, wet, this like saturated water. So that's what that looks like. I don't know if Cliff is still here, Cliff. So I'm excited to do this. This is what I'm doing on my live stream. So I hope a little spritz. I hope you come in and join me. Like I told you, I would be doing tons of experiments every time I came on here if I wasn't going away. But this is too many plants. I never counted how many plants I have in my house. So it's a big job for my daughter, who doesn't do gardening, to do all these plants. And she knows how I feel about my plants. So it's kind of a little bit of pressure on her to keep certain ones alive. Because every time I went away, I'll tell you, I lost a lot of plants. No matter who I paid to watch my plants, a lot of them were dead by the time I get back. And one of them was really sentimental to me. I had lost my avocado plant. That avocado was over 2 years old. It was almost 3-4 feet tall, and it was dried out because he was too afraid of overwatering. So I'm not mad at anybody that couldn't take care of my plants. It's fine. It's just, that's what happens. It's a lot of responsibility to take care of plants, at least mine, because I got so many. But my avocado is doing well. There's a little section I just saw, but it's doing pretty good. It's got its third branch. My lemon tree looks pretty good. Oh my God, all my Christmas cactus plants are like thriving. They're crazy. You can see in the back here, and I'll lift it up. So you can see there's my, what is back there? There's my snake plant. I got peace lilies all over the house. I don't know what else I got. That's just 3 things, right? Yeah, this is the original. That one came from when my mother-in-law died. This has given me many babies, this peace plant. That one I have a baby set over for the snake plant over there. So lots of stuff going on. And then I'll work on my butterflies. I'm hoping they'll have some. I don't know. And I have some in the other room. That it takes a while I never realized how long it takes to snake plant. Sorry about the phone. I think I'm just going to let it go to the answer machine. I won't answer when I'm live streaming. So you're going to have to let it go. The machine will pick it up, and then I'll answer it later. All right, so see, they just hung up. They might call back because that might be my daughter because she knows I'm doing something. If they hang up right away, then they'll call back thinking on the second time I'm going to get it, but I'm not getting it until I'm off here. I will answer them after. They know I live stream a lot, so they know that if I don't pick it up, I'll get it after. So I ran into a video. If these plant collectors pay thousands of dollars for one plant, I ran into a video. If these plant collectors pay thousands of dollars for one plant, but it's got to be they collect. They're probably specific plants like orchids or something where their value is a lot, or something where it takes really long time. Wow. But what kind of plant is it, Lisa? It's got to be something that it's a rare plant to buy. Like people like collectors are not, crazy exotic. That's what I figured. They're not going to go pay like for me doing spaghetti squash, but they will pay a lot of money for something that's exotic and very unique. And would I like to try that? Absolutely. I don't have anything like that, but that would be fun. You know what I really wanted to get? I actually wanted to get and orchids. I'm not really great with. My orchids, okay, but I'm not fantastic. I don't have the time for an orchid, but I wanted to get a vanilla orchid because if you can get a vanilla orchid going, they're a little pricey, but you can actually, that's where vanilla comes from. If you get a vanilla orchid, you can actually get your own fresh vanilla from that plant. And that's what I always wanted. They flip out when they arrive. I believe, at least. I believe that. But yeah, that would, if I wanted a choice of what I want to get a vanilla orchid. Oh, well, yeah, I'd love that, Sharon. Oh my God, I would love it. Vanilla beans comes from a vanilla orchid, at least. I looked into that a long time ago. That was one of the plants that to me I would love. So vanilla, you see the liquid form, but if you saw the true form, it's a bean. And it grows it's very cool plant. And it was pricey to get it, so I didn't get it, but that would be one of the things that I would love to have. So I think it only grows, I don't know if it's once a year or something, but it'll shoot out the long, I don't know. I want to look at my cupboard. I know I have vanilla. Let me see if I can find it because I want to show you what I actually have vanilla bean. Yes, I did. I got any now. Oh yeah, I do got one. Yes. Okay. Gee whiz. Oh, I'm gonna rinse it off. It's all sticky. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, but I'm trying to find it to show you something cool. I saved it. I don't use it. Like, I use it for good recipes. I don't just use vanilla bean for just anything. There's something spilled on my vanilla bean, so I gotta get the capsule cleaned off, and I'll be there in a minute. All right. Now I want to show you something. When I was in Arizona, okay, there we go. When I was in Arizona, all right, here we go. When I was in Arizona, aren't that hard to grow? Oh, cool. That's cool. This is, I'll do some experiments, you guys, and I'll do it for you guys too. This is Cliff's experiment. I promised I would show him what I do with this paper towel, and he called it Mario I even wrote down on here one of the seeds. The first seed that's a plant is Mario, and that's Cliff's plant. But anyways, this, if you look, when I was in Arizona, I went to Mexico because you can buy real vanilla. And actually, it was Cliff that told me how disgusting the fake vanilla is. I think they've changed it, but it was gross. They use raccoon some parts to make vanilla. It's actually gross. Vanilla, artificial vanilla is, I think they might have changed it for health reasons. They would have changed it, but it was disgusting. So anyways, I knew that pure vanilla is cheap in Mexico. So I went across the border and I have several bottles of pure, natural, free of Kumara content. See? Yeah, anal gland. It's disgusting. So this is, I have a white vanilla, which I got a white vanilla. Actually, I got all that. And then this is what the bean looks like right here. That's a vanilla bean. And you don't use the skin, you just peel it back and use the seeds, which is wonderful. And this grows off of an orchid, a vanilla orchid, which that was one of the things I would love to have is a vanilla orchid. So I could have fresh vanilla. I wanted that. It's not easy to grow them, but it would be a challenge, and I would love it. So here is a white vanilla. Yeah, here's the white vanilla. And that's why if you notice orchids, wherever it's hot, that's where you grow. They kind of look like cinnamon sticks. Harder than that because I could show you a cinnamon stick. It's a lot softer than a cinnamon stick. See, it says Madagascar vanilla bean. So anywhere where it's hot, they can grow outdoors naturally. That's where vanilla comes from. The orchids, and they grow them outdoors, very hot areas. This is an older bean. I'm still going to use it though. It has an expiry date on it, but as long as there's nothing wrong with it, I'd still use it. And the difference, see, this is the white vanilla. You know why you use white vanilla? White vanilla is used when you cook and you don't want the color of vanilla in it, then you use a white vanilla. Though I don't think there's a major difference. It's just the color form, the color of white. It could be two different orchids, maybe. I'm not positively. I just know that the white is for when you cook and you want to make a white icing, pure white. You use this vanilla or anything where you need to keep the white. I think I can't tell you 100%. You'd have to look it up. I don't know the total answer, but I know that in cooking, anything that you want not to tint your colors, like white icing, white cake, then you use this. And that doesn't matter. Whatever you use that's colorful already, that's normal vanilla. But this one, I bought that purposely for that because I was making cakes and you want white icing, you got to use this. Cakes, icing, like cookies, anything where you want it to strictly not be colored, that's when you use the white. There you go. So that's two different kinds. And there you have the vanilla bean. It says it expired, but I think I'd know by it anyways if it's no good. It says it expired in July 15th, but I will check it out and see to see if there's anything wrong with it. You'll know by the smell. So, well, thank you. I'm glad you're learning something. I only tell you what I know. There's so many things that I learn all the time, seriously. But I learn by experiments, so I can speak on behalf of what works and what doesn't for me when I do all these things, because I love experimenting. I mean, I'll go in the garden right now. Right now, it snowed yesterday, but I did look around probably last week. It's too cold to see it. But when the springtime comes, like come April, like now, April by May, I will see things coming up and I'll know what regrew and what reseeded itself. I recognize plants, which is the best thing you could ever do, is to recognize what a plant looks like when it's really small. So then I know what marigold looked like because I had so many of them. So I wait till they're big enough and then I move them and wherever I want all over. I just transplant the marigolds. I know that I had, last year I had a patty pan squash that was a volunteer plant from the year before. And that patty pan squash, that one plant gave me a whole bunch of patty pan again for that year. Like last year, I got patty pan where I never grew patty pan. I just had a volunteer, but I knew what I was looking for. I saw lots of gourds, which I grew the year before, which reseeded itself, and I saw gourds. This year, I'm looking for kind of plants because of the butterfly garden. I'm looking to see what's coming up, not coming up. And these ones are perennial stuff. So that stuff takes a little time to grow anyways. So there's, I'm going to move this out of here, but I just thought that was interesting to show you all the differences to do with vanilla. And I'll put it back in my cupboard. So we'll see how this goes. These look like they might take. I can't tell you, but it's a good sign. When you see things, when the seeds start to puff up like that, that's a good sign that it is working. You can see it. You can see it was really thin. Where's the ones, the original one? I got some right here to show you. These what they look like before. See how flat there? And you can see what's taking place here. That's how flat they were, and you can see they're puffing up. They're puffing up higher. They're taking the water in, and that should be good. So, Sharon, are you still there? So you said, what's cool about a dragonfly is they really aren't that hard to grow. Which, did you grow it from a seed? Did you grow the dragon fruit from a seed? Because I absolutely love dragon fruit. But the thing is, you're going to have to keep that indoors to actually grow it. It needs warm weather. That's what they do. They're the ones that are going to grow in the tropics. They're going to grow in Florida, California, wherever it stays warm and it doesn't go below a certain temperature. That's one of the tropical plants. Did you learn about the bulbs too? Lacey said, I learned a lot. Well, also pay attention to these bulbs here. This one here, I'm learning a lot. See, I kept saying, don't put the part of this in. Just the roots got to go in. And that's why there's mold on here. I think I'm just saying, I'm learning all the time. I'm also looking the inside when I cut it. This looks nice. This looks like it's fine. This part looks like there's a little bit of an issue with it. And then when you go look at these bulbs, you can see they're turning brown. Some of them are turning brown. And I can see in time, the water is hitting the bulb part, not just the roots, and that's causing it to do that. So I thought that was pretty interesting. However, the bottom root for MT is the plant is fine growing, and there's one going to bloom pretty soon, I think. No, I took it out. But there's, if you remember, hey, hello, hi, mon cher ami. If you remember Jessica's and MTs, they were pretty small. And you can see now, from here to here, this one's Jessica's right here. And then MTs, let's see which one's MT. I have to think of it. It's one of these. No. MTs might have a chance, actually. Is that MTs? I think this one's MT right here. I'm not positive. That one's MT. So you can see how big they're grown. The color's pretty good. These other two, though, I can tell they're overwatered. You can see the leaves are starting to turn a light yellow, and they're turning brown. So that's an issue with those two. They might not bloom at all. But these two look like I might be able to save these two. They might flower. I just think it was cool. See, I learn things when I show you guys. I'm learning at the same time. And I'm going to know a lot more about bulbs than I ever knew before when I do this. So that's what I'd say on that. Any questions? And how are you, Ferrari? I'm going to be back here on Thursday morning, and we'll see how the bulbs are doing. We'll see if who wants to make a bet, just a fun bet. Do you think these seeds are going to be opened up by Thursday? 2 more days. 2 more days. Just tell me yes or no. In 2 more days, do you think any of these are going to sprout or germinate? Whatever you want to call it. Sprout, germinate, same thing. I want to know. I want to see if you think in 2 days this will happen. You think yes? Okay. The answer is I think so too. Yes. Okay. I think so too. I think by Thursday you should see these. But I'm going to tell you this much. I don't take them out when they do that. You're going to love what I do because I don't. If they start to sprout and they're ready to put in the dirt, I don't put them in the dirt right away. I let them stay in here, just water them, and they live off the paper towel until they're really big, and then I put them out in the dirt. I don't take them as soon as they germinate. I don't put them in the ground. You wait because they could last forever. You should see how long they last. Where they're fine, they're living off the water and the paper towel, and the plant enjoys that. So that's another thing. I'll show you that as time comes, what these look like once they germinate. So I'm coming Thursday and you'll see it. And then by Sunday, they'll get bigger. And then by whatever, the next time. And then I have to plant them before I leave. But I just want to show you, they get really big fast once they germinate. It's fun doing these ones. But I never did both. I still have to do where I show you the spaghetti plant. Well, I guess I could do it separately. We're going to see April 3rd. You just kind of have to do the math. So if I put some in the ground and do how long it took for them to germinate through paper towel and how long they germinate through ground, even though they're not done on the same date, you can still work the math out to figure that out if it's faster or not. So, yep, lots of experiments that I want to do. Lots when I come back. Oh, I got a dirty elastic. And hopefully my plants will survive while I'm gone. And I probably eventually, some of them I'm going to have to separate and put into newer pots too when I get back. This one here I'm still waiting for. This takes a little longer. The ones where I did the clippings on a live stream. I have these. They're not ready yet. These can take about a month to do. These Christmas cactus look like that. And I put them in. There was a couple slimy ones I got rid of because if the bottom stays totally in it, it'll wreck the water. And so you can see no roots yet. As soon as there's roots, I'm going to put them in to the containers. There's no roots on these one yet either. It's got a little bit, but I don't think they'll be ready by the time I leave. I don't know. I should have put the dates on here. See, I like putting dates on here, and I didn't. I'd take this all off. But next time I'm going to date it, and then I'll know. I can show you how long it took to root to these. And they're not all red. I don't know if I took just red in here. Not sure. I'm going to have a mix of all kinds of colors. As far as putting little flowers and plants, and thank you for joining me. I'm here for like an hour, so I got a couple 10 minutes. Is there anything you'd like to know or on anything while you're here with me? Then I come back and I'm going to water my little things, put them back in the window when I get off of here. Clean up my mess until I come back and see you on Thursday, and then I'll pull them all out and show you again. Kind of interesting, though. Oh, you saying you can't see me? Oh, for you, is it? Not for me. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Is it not clear for everybody? Is there an issue here? Oh, let's see. Is there an issue with my internet? He's saying he's having a hard time seeing me. Let's go. I'll go over to the channel and I'll see what you're talking about. All right. Nope, looks clear to me. Yep. It says 5 watching live. I see my hand and my plants. Actually, it updated already. Wow. No issue here. Oh, okay, go. I can see fine. Oh, cool. Okay. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I looked on the thing. It looked like it was fine. It could be because he's in a different country, and it depends on the internet where you are. No, wait a minute. Are you in California? I forget. Hey, Sheila. Hi. Where are you at, Ferrari? It's been a long time. Are you in California? Maybe you're not. I thought for some reason you were in like Puerto Rico or somewhere else, but you're not. I think you're in California. Are you in California there, Ferrari? And Sheila's in town, so hi, Sheila. Welcome. Oh, yeah, and I offered everybody, California is another country. Is that in your eyes, California another country? I think it's California he's from. I'm not positive. Plus, anyways, yeah, I want to throw something else out. If I get 10 people or more to at least experiment with me and try something to grow something from seed. Oh, Sharon, would you like to join me? Or I don't know if I offered you that. I want to get 10 people and then I'll do a StreamYard and we can all chat with each other and come up and show what you've been growing. If I get 10 people. So that offer is up to you. There's no pressure, but I don't know if I asked you that already. I know I asked certain people, they said maybe. And I have Cliff said yes, Misha said yes, Kathleen and David, which I've never met David on a live stream. So that should be interesting if I get a hold of him. Okay, so you want to join me too? All right, I'll put you. I'll show you how to do it and everything. That's not for a while, not till after I get back. But I want 10 people. If I get 10, I will do a StreamYard and we'll set up a date where everybody can come. And then everybody can join. They can all see the chat and talk to everybody about how their gardening situation is going. So I got you, Sharon, right here. I'll put you on. Sharon. Pops and plants. I don't know if I need to put your whole name of your channel, but that's okay because the day I do it, I'll do it. All right. Lisa, you wanted to come up and do that? You have to show me your plant, so you have to experiment with the plant. I can grow dandelion. That's about it. So, Lisa, if you want to come up, Lisa's been up on a StreamYard before, but you gotta say you're gonna do it. Don't turn back and don't do it because that's what I've had a lot. People commit and then they leave me. So I'm making sure 10 people commit totally before I do this. Let's see, I got a list. Maybe MT, Susan, and Jesse. Maybe, but these ones for sure. Cliff, Kathleen, David, Rice, Sharon. So let's get there. Get me at least 10 people, and we will set up some kind of StreamYard, and we'll all. It's easy to do. I don't know if you've ever joined a StreamYard, but you can join it on your phone, on a computer. You just have to. I open the link to my channel. You hit the link and just follow what it says to do, and then you can come up on it. I can have. Oh, I don't know if I can have 10 people though. That's the bad part. I think I can only have 6. But it doesn't matter. We can take turns coming up or something. Because I think I can only handle 6 at a time on StreamYard. I think you only get 6. Oh, sometime in May. I'll be back sometime in May. I won't say exactly when, but I'll be back in May. You want to come too, Lisa? You're going to grow something for me? But like I said, I forgot about that. You can only have 6 people on StreamYard, but I am willing to get off too. What happens is I let people come off, I get out and I put people on just so you guys can all talk to each other. I can hear you all, but I can't talk. So that's a yes. All right, Lisa, but you got to plant something. You got to show us you got to start a plant by the time I do it. You got to start something from seed and show us your plants. That's part of the deal. No, I just got here. Don't go. It's okay. I want you, Lise. Lise, if you say you're going to plant something, I'll put you on the list, Lise. Don't back out of me. I live in California. Okay, cool. Yeah, it won't be. Yeah, it's okay, Sharon. Here we go again. I'll just let the phone ring. I don't know if it could be after July. I don't know, Sharon, but I just know it's not going to be, it's either going to be May. June sounds like a good time. Since you're not going away, we could do it in June. And Lisa, you got to show me your plants if you're going to come on. So I'll put Lisa on the list. I just don't show it. Lisa, are you on the list? Tell me to take you off if you don't want to be on the list. But I have to find you all because you're not always here all the same time. We're all calling and bugging you. So, okay, so Lisa, I'm happy to say I got Lisa, Cliff, Misha, Kathleen, Sharon, and David R. Don't forget, David, you got to come up and meet us. You got to come up and see us, David. I put you on my list of StreamYards for people to show the plants. Most of my seeds are already planted, so I'll just show them what's coming up. Yeah, that's fine. We all just show what we got of the plant situation. Don't have a date yet, Lisa. It's got to be till after. It won't be till after May. Maybe in June sometime. Remember, it's hard to arrange that with 10 people to show up at the same time is really hard. And StreamYard, it takes 6 people, and I don't have a problem. We'll all take turns. We can stay in the chat, but we can all come up, show our plants, and then we'll just change it up. Like I go up, and then I can get off, and I'll bring somebody else up. I'll make sure everybody has their time to show their plants on my StreamYard. So right now I have Cliff, Kathleen, David, Sharon, Misha, and Lisa. So that's 1, 2, 3. We have 4, 5. We have 6 people, so that's a good start. 6. I only need 4 more people, and I can do it. That's awesome. So, and actually, I wish David would come up. If I could get, he's never come up at all, but I'd love for him to come up and talk to him. Is my friend. That's okay. Yeah, plant party. Absolutely. That's right, Lise. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, I'm doing a plant party. I would love to have David, David from North Carolina. He's a gardener. I would love for him to come. And if I see him, I'm going to ask, would he like to come up on a StreamYard? And it's awkward, okay, to set dates where everybody's available at the same time makes it awkward. I can do it at night. I can do it during the day. It's just, I have to make sure everybody's available when I do it. I think David works so he can do it at night. I hope he comes. I would love for him to come up and show some of the stuff he's been working on because he's quite the avid gardener. Got watermelons started though. Oh, cool. Did you see what I got, David? Were you here when I did these seeds? Right here? That's for watermelon seeds. That's how I'm going to do it. I don't want to, like I said, I keep stressing it. I'm not doing it until I leave and come back because too much plants. But I will be doing watermelon like this way. And we're going to see how it works. Because when I did watermelon in the house, actually, they started. I did it in the soil and the watermelon seeds started. But it wasn't until I had issues with them when I put them outside. So that's what I would do. I would keep them in the house, plant them in soil, and keep them as long as you can. Once they get big enough and the root system's really well, they're going to go into shock when they go outside. But that's okay. Actually, I'm thinking of trying something a little different. Keeping them in the cup. So the paper cup I have, cutting out all the bottom of it. Don't remove, leave the roots and everything, and then put that whole cup in the ground. That might keep them more comfortable. They might not go into shock as much because they're at least staying somewhat in part of the original container they started out with. So we shall see. This is all, like I said, experiments that I'm throwing out, and I'll try to see what happens. So my guess was, do you think these will be out I'll be back by Thursday at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time when I finally get off. I'm getting off in a little bit because I have to go do stuff, but I'll stay up for a couple more minutes. I can afford like 15 minutes and then that's it. I got to get out of here. So if I chat for 15 minutes, and we find out what's going on here. So it'll be cool. So I have discussed all kinds of stuff today, which I plan on doing some newer stuff. Like I said, I even actually transplanted plants today, which I wasn't planning on doing that at all. But we'll see how my plants take. Actually, I have to name them. I forgot to label what they were. So I got to label them. I got to label my salvia plants. Salvia. Last time I grew salvia, the germination rate wasn't as good as this. These germinated really well. Most of mine are outside, so it shouldn't be too much shock. No, you won't go in any shock. If you're naturally growing them outside, Sharon, you're growing them in containers. There's still shock to move them. If you're growing them in containers, and it's the fact of playing with the root system and moving them from one pot to another ground level, or the minute they're moved is shock. They go into shock a little bit. But they are adapted to the weather condition a little bit better, yes. But it doesn't change. They still go into shock when you're moving them. Any kind. When you take a planter and move the planter and take the root system out and put them into the ground, that's still in shock for a little bit because it's not the same. You're touching the roots. So they'll go in shock no matter what. Outdoor to outdoor, indoor to outdoor. The thing is, though, when you're taking indoor to outdoor, and if you have extremely high sun or a high change of temperature, then you have to get the plant used to outdoors. You have to I forgot the word right now, but you have to take it outside, bring it back in, take it outside, acclimate. You have to acclimate the plants if the temperature is a really difference. If it's extremely sunny and it's not that sunny in your house or vice versa, you just have to acclimate plants first. I am really lucky because I have not did a major acclimation of my plants. They seem to be fine. When I take them from my house to bring them outside in the spring, I don't have an issue. They don't die. They acclimate fine for me. But some people, like if you're doing stuff in your house and you're living in California and you think that your house, which is air conditioning, and you're going to take it out from air conditioning to putting it outside in the sunny 80, 90 degree weather, of course it's going to go into shock. Of course, it's really hard on the plants. So that's just another thing to know. So how is everybody anyways? How is everybody? Is there anything challenge that you want to do since we're talking gardening? Is there anything you want to grow that you think would find it challenging? You want to try that? You want to try some kind of thing that's challenging for you to grow? Hey, that's Christina. Hi, honey. How are you doing? Any challenge you want to grow? Try something like that. Like, I don't know, anything. Name something that you would love to grow that you think would be challenging. Like I would love, it's just expensive for me to get. That's why I don't have that vanilla orchid. Orchids are challenging for me. And I don't know. I don't want to kill something. I am doing fantastic. Thank you. I am doing fantastic. We're talking all kinds of stuff, all kinds of experiments. I plan on showing. Of course, June comes, that's butterfly time. So I put a lot of my live streams into devoting it to monarch butterflies, just telling you. I will do the plants, but normally I do updates on butterflies a lot in June. June, all the way through the summer, I do that. Which you guys, anybody that knows me knows that that's what I do. That's something, as long as I have butterflies, you'll see it from an egg to a baby, to caterpillar, to turning into a butterfly till I release it. That's what I do. Cliff, your seeds, Marie is doing good. Mario is doing good. I think they look like plump. So I feel like they're going to turn out okay. That's how you know if a seed's okay, is normally it'll plump up when it's kept in water. So that is a good sign. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't have any, I can just do it again and put more seeds in it if they don't go. These are mine. So it doesn't always mean my seeds are going to germinate just because they're mine. I'm going to find out. And mine meaning that I grew something, the original plant, and then the fruit that it came from that, I took the seeds from what I grew for the second generation of plants. I consider my seeds. When I grow something, I take the seeds out from what I grew. Definitely that's my stuff. And then I take those seeds and then I have another third generation, which I do. My flowers are kind of second generation, at least. Second, third generation of marigolds because I've been growing them for years. Those are definitely seed to seed to seed, which are pretty easy to grow anyways. Extremely easy. You have to put a lot. Not all of them will germinate, but you can definitely grow a lot of marigolds pretty easy, but just have a lot of seeds and your ratio, you're going to get plenty of flowers. So, and I think marigolds actually work directly in ground better. I did them in the house and I ended up better outside where I dug a hole. I know I didn't dig a hole. I just put them on the ground and put dirt over top of them so the wind wouldn't blow the seeds away. Watered it, kept them watered, and they actually grew somewhat better than me taking them from inside the house and growing them in the soil and then switching them outside. They grew better outside. But I have a gnat issue, and that's what happens. They kind of go after my plants. So that's part of the reason I have issues with some of the stuff growing inside my house. So Sheila's not working today. Cliff is giving me all kinds of pretty flowers. Thank you, Cliff. I really appreciate all those beautiful flowers and the butterfly, Ferrari. Thank you. Oh, I'm trying to grow a pineapple. Just put the top in water yesterday. Okay, well, just did you clean it? Did you look at the video I did? Make sure you clean it as well, and make sure it has a crown, Sharon, because it won't grow. So you need to have the crown in the top of the pineapple, and you need to know that you cleaned all of it off. You just need the plant and the white part of the base of the plant. If you have any pineapple, it's going to rot. You can't have anything, no pulp connected to that plant. And there is a video that I did years ago that, would you like to see what I have? Well, matter of fact, before I go, Sharon, I will show you my pineapple plant, that the original I grew years ago that I did a video on. Let me show you how that plant is doing, and you judge for yourself if you know what I know what I'm talking about. It's heavy though, so I got to replant it actually, but I'm going to show you before I get off that plant. Oh, what the heck? There's a bug in here, a bee. What is that thing? Holy cow. That's interesting. All right. Well, here's my new problem. I'm watching a new dog that I had planned on boarding for 9 days. This is her trial day before she's dropped off tomorrow. All the boys are, she doesn't like that. Yeah, you can't keep it outside. It'll die. It'll die for sure, and you need the crown. Okay, there you go. Wait, it's not even the top yet. Look. I feel like the Jolly Green Giant, but it's way up there. See? Way. Here's the tall one. Yeah, according to that. So that's, I don't have a measuring tape, but that's got to be at least 2 feet tall, at least 2.5 feet tall. That it is. Yeah, plants are easier. That's true. That is true. So that's my big plant. I'm going to move it out of here because it weighs a ton. Ugh. All right. So you can't, obviously, that's tropical. You can't put it outside in cold weather. It's going to die. But I had a pineapple. I showed it last year. I had a little pineapple. It's gorgeous, Nana. What is it? That's the pineapple top I did. I did a video when I first, one of my friends, WT Mike, said, he challenged me to grow a pineapple. He said it was extremely hard for him. And I said, okay, I'll take the challenge on. And so I challenged it, did a video on it. And that's the plant I did. It's so old, that plant. So it's a pineapple top. It actually grew a baby pineapple. I planted the top of that baby pineapple. And yeah, so you'll get, as long as it's going to take about 1.5 years, 2 years to get the plant big enough, and then it'll start growing a pineapple. I don't know unless it doesn't, but mine did. Mine 1.5 years to almost 2 years. I got a little baby pineapple. I ate the pineapple. It's really tiny, but I ate the pineapple. It tasted delicious. And then I took the top of that pineapple, and I have the plant sitting to the mama plant. The baby's right beside it. It's not going as strong as the original mum is, but it's still there. So I still have it, the baby one, which, well, here, I'll show you the baby one. That's the baby one. So the mama that I showed you had a baby. I ate the baby, kept the top, and then I planted the baby for another pineapple plant. Right, what time is it? Oh, I've got a couple more minutes. All right, so there we go. That's not rooted yet, so I'll put this on. I did it already. I put them in. I'll plant these online when they're ready. But I think this is. I should have dated them. I normally do, and I think that's going to take about a month to actually root these. Now you can put these directly. These are Christmas cactus, and you can put them directly in there. But to me, what works better is I get them rooted first. Then I put them in the ground and I make sure they stay wet until they get rooted. And then you don't water them top anymore, which becomes this. They all went this way. This is, yeah, actually I did one of these have, here, let me show you what it looks like. These are ones I did online. So that, right here, right there. These are all the plants. I took these, put them in here. And you can see they're doing fine. They've adjusted and they're starting to root. That's what they look like. I have a bunch of these. So these ones, I got spots in here. So when they get rooted, I'll put them in here. And then I'll go to all my plants and put them in all over the place in these plants until they go really big. And it'll be a really nice bushy plant. And then I can cut from them. They're really pretty. Well, none of them are blooming. Well, here, I'll show you one that's bloomed. It's almost dying, but there's one that has the flower right now. There. That's all what they look like. So there's the stage of cutting them from here, watering them, putting them in the pot. And then eventually, and the more you leave the top dry, the more they'll bloom because they're kind of a cactus. So you can't do it at first. When you're first rooting them, they have to stay wet on top to get the roots immaculate. I forget. They got to build the root system up. Once the root system's up, then you want to water them by the bottom. Let this dry out so you won't have any issues with gnats. And I water from the bottom, and they seem to like the dryness once they've rooted. That works much better for them once they get started. So I have a bunch of those plants, and when they bloom, I'll show you. This is where I pulled the plants off. You can see the baby. Wherever you see this is where the plants were kind of cut off, and then they start growing new leaves right in here. There's one here, here. Wherever they're red, those will become new leaves. And then this is a new flower right here. The flower right at the tip. So that's a new flower coming up right here. So I got, like I said, I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have 7 plants so far. I didn't want way too many, but I got about 7 plants so far. Let me put some of this stuff back before I get off. Well, since I got you here, what do I water this one? I water the bottom here. This is my avocado. Want to see something else? It's gonna be tall. Here's my avocado. Whew, a lot of cleaning to do after. Put my spaghetti seeds back in the. So there is my avocado tree. There's the branch I was talking about, the 3rd branch. This is looking nice here too. Way up here, look. So it's way up here. So the leaves don't look too bad. There was an issue with drying out, so I have to water enough without overwatering because that's drying out a little bit. I did water from the base. Actually, I might give it some more water too. As you can see, it's looking good. This is what I liked. I want it to have a third leaf. Yeah, that's an avocado. A little bit crispy leaf here, but otherwise, there's the base, the pit right here. Was the pit that I started it from. Pit dries out, and then you just, it'll fall off once it dries out. Yeah, I got time. I'm getting off soon. I'm not leaving until 1:15. Yeah, I said I was getting off anyways. So I have my appointment I gotta take my mother to, so I actually have to sign off. I'm gonna bring this down a little bit, guys, and pull my plant out of here. Because I gotta do some stuff and clean this up before I get off. Here, I can put this back here. Okay, this dirt is getting dumped because I don't, like I said, if I see gnats in it, I do not try to use it anymore because all you're doing is transferring the bugs into another container. And you saw the damage, what they do. They eat, they like love the moisture. They live in the moisture of the dirt, and then they eat the roots of my plants. So this one here is going to get dumped outside. And then everything will die out because it's so cold. Everything will die out there and there outside. Yeah, so I think, and I'm going to plan on drying these out. So I got all kinds of goodies to see. My lemon tree is, I was talking about the leaves. But I'm not going to show that today. I see some of the stuff doesn't look too happy, but the newer stuff looks nice. The newer leaves are good. The older ones are a little bit old. We were talking about giving it nitrogen and different things to figure out how I can get it even healthier looking. All right. Well, guys, I have to love you and leave you. I'm going to wash my tablecloth. So I'll see you on Thursday. Let me see. I will thank you all for coming. And I will see you Thursday at 12:30 if you're interested in learning more. It's a garden chat Thursday and then Sunday. And we'll check on Mario, his seeds. Yeah, I'll see you Thursday at 12:30. All right. Thanks, guys. Peace out. There's my peace. Peace. Woo. Ooh, ooh. Peace out. Still got stuff on my fingers. All right. Bye. Take care.
There you go.
It's okay, Sharon. If you can't come, I'll see you Sunday then. I'll be here Thursday at 12:30 and Sunday if you can't make it for Thursday. I'll be back on Sunday because I can do some updates for everybody, okay? So 12:30 Eastern Standard, you're normally looking for me. That's kind of a standard time I'm going to come on this channel. So peace out. Love you. God bless. Be safe until I see you next time. Bye. Bye.